Hello, welcome to our lesson on cumulative frequency graphs, or otherwise called ogives. Both those words are used interchangeably, so know them both. Now, what a cumulative frequency graph does is it tells you the percentile along the entire distribution. So it starts on the lower end and it keeps going up until it eventually reaches the 100th percent on the very end. Now, what we do with that is we're going to use the same data set that we used before for president's ages. So for president's ages, for a histogram, we just needed this. For an ogive, we need cumulative frequency and relative cumulative frequency. Relative just means the percentage. So cumulative means we're adding up from the bottom. So this first blank is pretty easy. It's just 2. Uh, Nothing to add that to. But our next blank, we're adding everything below it. So 8. So that's saying at this point, at 50, there are 8 data pieces below it. And our next one, we're going to add 13 to that. So that's up to 21. So again, what that's saying is at this point, there's 21 data points below it. Then if we add 13, I get to 40, or not 43. Let's do my math here. 34. And now we get up to 41. And finally, we get up to 44. So that is the cumulative frequency. But in my ogive, what I want to graph is my relative cumulative frequency. So what that means is we're going to take each of these numbers and divide it by our total, which is 44. So 2 divided by 44 gives us about 4%. So 0.045. The next one, we take 8 divided by 44 to get 0.1818, repeating. 21 divided by 44 gets us 0.477. The next one, 34 divided by 44, 0.7727, 0.773. 41 divided by 44, 0.932. And then finally, 44 out of 44, I don't even need to do it, that's 1. So now we have our, our values. Now this is what we need to plot on our ogive. So on our y-axis, we go from 0 up to 100%. So we can probably go by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And that is our percentile. So I'm going to turn this like that, give us some more room. So that's percentile, and we'll want to label it, we can do 0.1, 0.3, 0.5. If you're drawing this, I would draw a little bit straighter lines, but hopefully you get the point. And now on this bottom, we're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to do the bin widths that we had before. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. And now once we have that, now we can make our ogive. Now our ogive is just plotting the 1 point, and then from that, connecting it to our previous point. So at 45, we had about 4.5%. That's about there. At 50, we had 18%, which was here. At 55, we had 48%, which is about here. 60, we had 77%. And 65, we had 93%. And then at 70, we had 100%. And now we take a line and just connect all these points. Sometimes they leave a little space so you can see the point. And that right there is an ogive. Now down here we can put presidents' ages. And what ages are less than 10% of the data? If you wanted to answer that question, you go to 10%, go over, and go down, and you would say that would be about 47. An age of 47 would be in the 10th percentile. If you want to describe the middle, that's the 50th percentile. You can go over and then down, and you can see that's about 55, 56, something like that. So that's how ogives are typically used, is to find different percentiles based off of histograms. Now try and create an ogive with this sample data.